Where's the mic? Nana kuna mic, kuna mtu ameweka mic kwa chini. Shapaka. Microphone.
Grup yao mtafuta kuona leo kama kwamba ndio likia grup yao, so itu betul wakati sio tumape kwa sawa.
I'm also Tony Kisumu. Now that we've acquired new names, sindio? Naona kila mtu amejiintroduce na particular location. So from today going forward, mini Tony Kisumu. Sindio? Those who are connecting virtually, could you please confirm if you are able to hear us? We are about to begin. Let's just sort some issue kidogo, then we'll officially begin. Suto, Frida, good morning. I didn't hear yourself. I didn't hear you introduce yourself, and Diana is on the extreme right. Diana L. We have a number of Dianas.
So the best thing we have to get the quorum capture. Kama kwa mtu anafuatilia pale
we are working on the Zoom to accommodate more, so don't be worried. I can see a gentleman next to Sylvia. He did not introduce. Wenye Mercedes wote wamepark nje ya hii compound.
Good morning everybody. Before niongee, niko na mdogo wangu hapa, wacha introduce kwanza, then I will take over from him.
My name is Wayne Sami. I am here. I'm here to support my mom.
Sawa sawa. Mimi naitwa Sylvia Nanjala Nyanja. Kenasa member number 384. Welcome to Eldoret. I'm here to confirm that I'm ready to lead Kenasa for greatness. Welcome to Eldoret.
Tell us about your Valentine before you pass it over.
Who next?
Where Dr. Kate? Where Kate to tell us something? Where is Kate?
Yes, Diana. Diana.
Hello, Greens. Hello. Are we ready? Sawa sawa. Sawa. Kiumani. Next.
Nataka kuwakumbusha tu vote wisely. Sawa sawa. Choose your leader wisely.
Good morning everyone. We are the Green Army. Karibu.
Siku ya mauano, si ndio? So vienyeji tufanya mambo. Tukue grade, tukue pro leo. Si ni sawa?
Okay, morning everyone. I'm Philip Kipkemboi, Kenso 122. I want to encourage everyone that today we have to make a decision and let's vote wisely. I'm the Green Commando.
Lindsay Kakumetu.
Good morning, everyone. Brian, Siaya. Go green.
Do you have a voter list? You can also showcase your talent.
Habari zenu? Mko salama? Sawa, so mimi naitwa Dennis. Na kuaga namba KEN 0223.
So weke ile song ya Valentine kusikia. Uliimba jana.
Ile ya
The bathroom one and the actual one.
Okay. So today is a very good day that the Lord has made. Hallelujah. And this day will determine our future as far as Kenasa is concerned. Hallelujah. So leo tunapata kakitu ama kitu kubwa, si ndio? Sio kitu kidogo. So vote wisely. Na mwenye atapigiwa kura asienda ang'ethia huko juu, siende kung'ethia. Pigiwa simu, nisema ngoja kidogo, inakuwa 24 hours. Tutakuchamua, sign signatures. Thank you very much.
Chagua mtu.
Wacha nachagua David.
Good morning, fellow Green. Mkoaje? Today we are here to make one us white. So let's do that with unity. Tuchague mmoja mwenye atakuwa white huko juu, si ndio? Asanteni.
Mercy, we didn't hear from yourself, then you pass it over. Mercy, tell us something. That smile looks good. We need to see you. There's scholastica, I pass over.
Safari imeanza.
Joy wake tufanye photosynthesis.
I have
have nothing to say. I have nothing to say.
What I know about botanists is that the green pigmentation is has a lot of significance. Sindio? Okay, so let's take it positive and have strength that is required to enable this Sacco move forward.
Let me confirm first. So the online team, can you hear us? Please, by a show of hands, let me see if you can hear us. The online team. Someone can unmute and let me know if you can hear us. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Joseph. So we want to start. We are 1 hour 37 minutes late. I think we have taken too much time to take our tea and all that. And I could see that there are people who have never seen each other for a while and they wanted to say hi and all that. So we want to make the meeting also brief. Brief does not mean that we not discuss exhaustively the issues around the Sacco. It means that we'll be brief and to the point. So before we start, I want to invite one of us to pray so that we can start. Makoha, you know that I was to choose you.
Yeah, pass the mic.
Amen. Bwana asifiwe sana. Kabla hatujaomba, I want to read a very short verse here. That is Proverbs chapter 16 verse 3. It says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans." This verse reminds us that we should place all our plans, decisions and work in God's hands through prayer and trust. When we do so, He guides us, gives us wisdom, and makes our plans succeed according to His will. Tuombe. Baba, ni katika jina la Yesu Kristo na kuja mbele zako asubuhi ya leo tukisema ni asante. Asante ni kwa ajili ya safari ambayo umetupa Bwana kufika mahali hapa Bwana. Wacha yote ambayo tunaenda kuongea mahali hapa Bwana ikaweze kubalika mikononi mwako. Na wakabidhi mikononi wala ambao wanafuatilia kongamano hili, Masia ukaweza kuwainua pia walipo kawaguze mkono Bwana. Asante ni kwa ajili ya neema na fadhili zako. Jamii zetu na zikabidhi mikononi mwako. Wacha yote ikawe ni kwa ajili ya utukufu wako. Ni kwa Yesu Kristo naomba nikiamini. Amen.
So good morning once more. Mbona siwasikia hapo nyuma? Good morning. Edoret chamge. Ai, siwasikii bwana. Edoret chamge. Missing. Edoret oyaore. Edoret oyaore. Edoret Bwakire. Hey, hao ni wengi. So we want to start this our meeting. I want to believe that this is one of the most consequential AGMs we will have, and with me here is the management team. I have the supervisory team with me. I think only one person is not available today because she was attending some other official functions elsewhere. And with me also here is a cooperative officer. She will introduce herself when time comes. Someone has to mute. Okay. So I think since we started, this is the highest attended AGM. I don't have the numbers now, but I can tell that we are more than 200. If my eyes and my estimations are correct, we are not very far from 200. And I thought the last AGM was the highest. This one has beaten the last AGM. I expect the next one to also have the same numbers, if not more, as we continue to grow. So I'll start with introductions. I'll start from this bench in front here. I'm sure we have done the introductions on those of us seated here. And I also hope that the online team are able to follow. We have shared the link, the YouTube link. So those who are not able to join here physically, they can follow through that link. There's a YouTube link. And if you want to make a contribution, we also shared the Google Meet. What you need to do is you raise your hand. I'm sure everyone is able to or knows what to do, how to raise the hand. Then you'll be given an opportunity to contribute. So we want also to observe decorum as we do this, so that we move in unison. So I'll start from the management committee. This is the team that's been running the business on day-to-day basis. And I think I'll ask them to stand so that everyone is able to see them. And I'll give them 1 minute to introduce themselves and the roles they play in the management committee. So I'll start from here.
Good afternoon. Is it good afternoon, kweli? Good. Good morning. This is Jonah. Is it true? Good. Thank you so much. This is Humphrey Mawawa Michael. Management member. I don't know why it's disconnecting. Management member and credit team member. This is the day now that we have come for harvesting, is it? Situko, we are happy. I know kila mtu ata harvest what he managed to do what? To sow. Is it? You are welcome. I think it's also a good chance to interact. This is a chance that comes once after 12 months. We are happy to be part of this team, and I know we are all of great consequential in this Sacco, and we are equal to the task. For this reason, I welcome you all as we start our meeting today. Thank you so much.
Good morning all. This is Tony Ochieng, your credit chair. I'll tell you about my Valentine now that you guys did not share. It was a nice one. We only get this opportunity once in a year, but it should be celebrated daily. Sindio? I'm glad that most of you were able to travel from various destinations and you got here safe. Sindio? And Duncan Chesoli has put us in the right direction, and I believe this day is going to be a good one. Karibuni.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Backbenchers. Good morning.
My name is Lillian Namiti. I'm the treasurer.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Aundo Cliff, a member of the Credit Committee and Education Committee. I know most of you know me.
Good morning. My name is Olive. I'm the current secretary to the board, and I also assist the credit team committee. You want me to say something? Thank you for the support. However it goes, it's been a pleasure serving you guys, and let's see how it goes.
Thank you. That's the management committee. I want to introduce the supervisory committee, but before then, we have a whole row here, the front bench, and I'm seeing people struggling to find a space to sit. Nyaga, hapa kuna kiti hapa mbele, hautafinywa na mtu. So if you are not comfortable, au mnakingania hiyo, kuna kiti mzuri hapo nyuma niliona. Okay. So those ones who are coming in, they should take these seats here. We have around 15 or so seats here. So next team is the supervisory committee. I know that the chair is not here presently or physically. I have not checked if she has joined online, but I want to hand over to the secretary to introduce the supervisory team.
Good morning. I'm Koejo Swat, Secretary to the Watchdog Committee, that is the Supervisory Committee. So first of all, let me appreciate that we have attended this AGM in full force, and also to thank you for allowing us also to serve in this committee. So on behalf of the Chairperson Supervisory Committee, she will be joining online. Later on also maybe she will say hi, so receive apologies as the chairman has already indicated. And before I give my colleague in the Supervisory Committee, I also want to report that our books are okay, and we are in a good position. Let's also keep the spirit burning. Sawa sawa. So thank you very much. Jonah, you're welcome.
Yes, good morning team. My name is Jonah Munguti. I'm a member to the Supervisory Committee. I'll not say much because I'll be taking you through the Supervisory Committee report. So I'll see you then. Okay.
A clap for the management and the supervisory committee. Thank you. I want to take this moment to introduce our our cooperative officer. Huyu ndio mdosi hapa, akisema hii AGM isimame saa hii, we will close and go home. So I want to ask her if she has given us the green light to continue. I am sure she's representing our cooperative officer, Madam Catherine. You all knew Margaret, isn't it? Yeah, I communicated that she had to retire, and the person taking over is Catherine. But Catherine was not able to come, so she has asked her assistant to come and represent her. So she will introduce herself. Don't want to say the name before then we can proceed.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning. Good morning, cooperators. My name is Esther Mutua. I am the Deputy Sub-County Cooperative Officer, Westlands, and I'm so glad to meet you guys in person. We met in last year's Batuan Education online. I don't know if anyone can remember that. but we met online, and I'm glad that today we got a chance to meet physically. I'm here to represent Madam Catherine Ombwa, who couldn't make it to come to Eldoret because on Monday we have a very important session with other people. That's why Aliona, if she travels, she won't make it to that session. But I'm equally capable to carry out this AGM. Thank you. We will deliberate more as the meeting goes on. Thank you.
Hajasema kama tuko sawa kuendelea na meeting. Amesema. Oh, you are very attentive. So thank you, Madam Esther. So we are starting officially. So they are just so that then we can pick it from there. Secretary.
Good morning once again. I'll share the agenda of the day. If you're online, Eric is able to project that on your screen. So members are hereby notified that the AGM of Kenasa Sacco Society will take place on Sunday, 15th February 2026 at 10 a.m. to be held both physically and virtually in Eldoret. First agenda of the day, confirmation of quorum. Second agenda, reading and confirmation of minutes of the previous AGM. Third agenda, matters arising from the minutes. The fourth agenda, Chairperson's report. Fifth agenda, supervisory committee report. Sixth agenda, presentation, consideration and adoption of the auditor's report. Seventh agenda, approval of the budget for the year 2026. Eighth agenda, sub-county cooperative officer remarks. Ninth agenda, declaration of dividends. 10th agenda, appointment of auditors for the new year 2026. 11th agenda, election of officials. 12th agenda, revised policy and bylaws adoption, but we'll drop that one. 13th agenda, consideration and adoption of resolutions. 14th agenda will be any other business. So let's start the business of the day.
So we need to adopt the agenda, and I will require one person to. We need two people actually. One to second the agenda, to propose, and someone to second the agenda. So a proposer. I propose. Your name? Eric Ketch. Proposer. Someone to second. You raise your hand and then you say, I propose. Festus Kangogo, the proposer. So then the agenda has been adopted. What we need to do now is to confirm the quorum. I think the quorum, we have met the quorum, but I need someone to also confirm. So someone to propose that we are of the required quorum. Proposer. Yule. Ernest Mtembei, yes. Kitaja jina moja ingine na kumalizia. Haya. Seconder. I now need a lady. Ban, cannot be gentlemen only. Hanaga. Nafula. Okay. Majori. Okay. Majori. All right. Thank you. So the next agenda is reading and confirmation.
Minutes of the last general meeting, which was held in Kisii. So I'll go straight to the agenda. The agenda number 1 was preliminary notice, review of last AGM meeting minutes, confirmation of quorum, matters arising of retiring officials, and any other business. So minute number 1 was preliminary. The AGM started at 11 a.m. with opening prayers from Duncan Chesoli. The chairman gave every member who joined physically a chance to introduce themselves and the board members. The cooperative officer, Ms. Margaret, and the external auditor, Mr. Kelly, also introduced themselves. The second minute notice, the AGM notice was read by the secretary. It was proposed by Haron Bosire and seconded by Daniel Samora. That meeting of the day was review of last AGM meeting minutes. The secretary read the minutes of the previous AGM. They were proposed by Ernest Mutembe and seconded by Nicholas Otieno. Minutes number 4, confirmation of quorum. We had 70 online members and 100 physical members. So that's good for this year that the number has increased. This was proposed by Vivian Kamboka and seconded by Ernest Lugalia. 5th minute of the day was matters arising. The chairman acknowledged that members have continued to market the Sacco and that we have members who have been recruited by their friends outside of ASA, Kenya. This is because a resolution was passed in our third AGM held in Kisumu. The chairman urged members to continue being being good ambassadors of Kenasa Sacco. The 6th minute, chairman's report. This was presented by the chairman. He acknowledged the management of ASA International Kenya Limited for their timely disbursement of funds and overall support. This report was proposed by Benson Wekesa and seconded by Timothy Cherop. The following were the issues brought up during the report. Mr. Haron Bosire inquired on whether every member was eligible to reducing balance. The chairman clarified that this was only applicable for members applying for top-up loans. Ms. Betty made a follow-up on whether this was applicable for loans taken before March 25. It was confirmed that it was not. Second issue, Ms. Vivian inquired on whether the repayment period for short-term loan would be extended. That issue. Stephen Obunde inquired whether the mobile loan limit would be extended upwards to more than 5,000 shillings. The chairman responded that this would be reviewed after looking at the repayment patterns of the members. 4th issue, Nicholas Atieno raised the issue on the hiccup of last year's payments. The chairman assured him that the team was ready to disburse the dividends with no hiccup, and we can confirm that that will be the same for this year. 5th issue, Haron Bosire raised an issue of members signing loans for them with no consent. The chair requested the members to come forward with these cases and raise alarm immediately an issue like this happens. The credit chair, Mr. Tony, also communicated that the team would adopt a method where members will provide consent before loan disbursement. Auditor's report. This was presented by Mr. Eli Everia, our external auditor. It was proposed by Andrew Avoga and seconded by Festus Kangogo. Minute number 7 was the supervisory committee report. The supervisory chair, Jonah Munguti, presented this. It was proposed by Annie Wekesa and seconded by Helen Mandela. The following were the concerns raised, just one concern. Haron Bosire brought up the CSR allocation report. He requested on this whether this would be allocated to the Football League. 9th minute of the day was the treasurer's report. The treasurer read the proposed budget for 2025, which was proposed by Simon as dividends and was to be paid as cash to the members. This was proposed by Haron Bosire and seconded by Riose Omari. 1 million shillings was distributed on share capital as cash to the members. This was proposed by Vincent Conchella and seconded by Damaris Mondi. Honoraria to the board members. This was proposed by Kipkemboi Ndiwa and seconded by Festus Kangogo. There was a resolution to increase the share capital from 3,000 to 6,000 shillings. This was proposed by Silvanus Nas Chache and seconded by Geoffrey Atambo. Appointment of 2025 auditor. This was proposed by Kevin Omari and seconded by Martin Bogwa. The cooperative office auditors were retained. Madam Margaret commended the committee for holding the AGM with a good deadline, and she also commended the growth rate of the Sacco. She encouraged members to save and patronize the society products. Minutes number 11, elections for retiring officials. The Election and Vetting Committee gave an update on this. 5 applications were received at the point of deadline. Just 1 for the Supervisory Member Committee. Jonah Mongoti was cleared. 4 for the Management Member Committee. Evelyn, Humphrey, Cliff, and Sylvia Nanjala. 3 committee members retired. From the Management Committee, Mawawa and Evelyn. From Supervisory Committee, Jonah Munguti retired. The officials who were elected that year, Humphrey Mawawa, Evelyn Jepto, Cliff Onkito, and Jonah Munguti. So those were the elected officials. They were given an opportunity to talk, and they thanked the members for the support. Any other business? We awarded a few of our members. Evelyn Jepto, top saver. Divina was the second top saver. Caroline Mora, that top saver. We also had a support staff category. So we had Diana Olympia, Brian Musamia, Anyambura, and Annie Wekesa was awarded as our logistics facilitators. We also shared a cake to celebrate the milestones. The meeting ended at 4:20 p.m. with a vote of thanks from Mr. Nicholas Sindiji and Maureen Chepkole and a prayer from Tony Ogada. I'll pass it to the chair.
What's the amusement? So thank you, Secretary. I want to get the reactions from the members as pertaining the minutes we have read, that has been read. But before that, I want someone to confirm that exactly this is what we discussed and the minutes are true. So someone to propose. Bella Osango, proposer. And Scholastica. So matters arising is our next minute. So we want to give a few minutes to get the reactions from the members, both online and those seated here physically, to give their reactions on what they have, what has been read here. So if you have anything to raise or any comment about the minutes, please you raise your hand and then you'll be given the mic to give your reactions. Anyone? And this includes the team that is following us online. All right, so no issues as pertaining to matters arising. One, okay.
There is agenda which has been raised. I can't remember which exactly from whose report either of the committees concerning the reducing balance. It was discussed, but I don't get the question. Was it passed and then implemented, or how has it been after the last AGM's meeting? If it can maybe discussed to find the solution on it.
So in the chairman's report, there is that clarification, so that can wait. Then when the chairman's report is read, we will give reactions on that. Pass the mic. Joseph, I'm saying that issue is in the chairman's report. So once the chairman's report is read, you can discuss that, yes.
Good afternoon. Yeah. So this is a concern. I think it needs to be taken in consideration. My name is George Ubuya. Yes. First, we are here because we want to get good things. Second, Mr. Chairman of the committee, there is something that is maybe we need to check. When I talk to my employer that such amount should be deducted to go to my Sacco, and then the Sacco deduct less money, forcing me to top up, maybe to send some amount to cater for my maybe loan or my savings. It is really affecting most of the people here. Only two.
Please,
so please consider that.
Come out here. I'm not sure even of the money.
Okay, this is a scenario.
Yes.
I was affected once.
Okay.
And I think I contacted you. Oh, I have a loan. I'm serving a loan. I should be deducted some amount to repay my loan, and then some to go to my savings. Savings was posted less, and loans was posted correctly. When I inquired, it was like there was no clear information about that. I remember the word which I was told that you need to deposit some amount to cater for that savings that is less. So I didn't understand. So the issue is we should be accurate when posting the loans and dealing with the deductions. Thank you.
So George, allow me to respond to you. The only hiccups you've been having is if your payslip is affected by a third role. Unfortunately, we are bound by compliance purposes. If your payslip is committed to a few deductions, your payslip, you must receive a third of your salary. So a few things are prioritized, like SHIF, NSSF, PAYE, if you have a Stanbic loan. So you find that the money that is allocated to your loan, Kenasa loan, sometimes is less because your payslip is already overcommitted. So you can also try to not overcommit too much our payslips because we need a third. We have to work with the other rule. We cannot go lower than that. So sometimes that's an issue.
So that it does not affect your take-home. Sindio, the Sacco is aware that apart from the loan that you're servicing, you also need to live. You also need to grow financially. Sindio? Okay.
Of course, I'm seated. Today, as we reflect on the journey of our Sacco and chart the course for Kenasa Sacco, your confidence, savings, and participation are the foundation upon which this institution stands. Today, I speak not only about numbers and performance. Together we could build something better for ourselves and for the future generations. The journey for registration in September 2020 was not easy. It demanded sacrifice of time, of energy and personal resources, and at times even endurance through doubt, criticism, and ridicule. Yet our founders did not lose heart. They pressed on in the true African spirit of Ubuntu. They understood that the success of one demanded the strength of all. They stood together, supported one another, and chose faith over fear. Yet, we thank God for sustaining us through those days. And as the scripture reminds us, let us not grow weary in doing good. For at the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. This is Galatians 6 verse 9. This verse speaks directly to our journey. When the process seemed slow, when the doors appeared closed, when hope wavered, our founders remained steadfast. Their resilience is the reason Kenasa exists today. Their determination echoes the words of Nelson Mandela, who said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." And the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who reminded us, if you cannot fly, then run. If you cannot run, then walk. If you cannot walk, you do what? But whatever you do, you must keep moving forward. That is exactly what our pioneers did. They kept moving forward. I am also reminded of the story shared by the late Professor Wangari Maathai about the little humming bird during a forest fire. While all the animals watched helplessly, the small bird carried drops of water in its beak. You know, beak? Flying back and forth to fight the fire. When asked why, it simply replied, "I am doing the best I can." Like that little bird, our founders did what they could with what they had, and together those small efforts build something great. Is it not great? Today, we stand on the foundation of their courage, sacrifice, and faith. With grateful hearts, we say thank you to God, to our founding members, and every member who believed in this dream. When the history of Kenasa Sacco is written, these pioneers will surely have a special chapter of honor and thanksgiving. May we continue in that same spirit of unity, service, and hope as we build an even stronger Sacco for generations to come. So before I proceed, I have given an analogy of how it started, and I'm about to give you where it is now. But ask yourself, in this journey, as a person, as anyone who is a member of Kenasa Sacco, what is your contribution? Is your contribution towards the betterment of the Sacco, or is your contribution towards deterioration of the Sacco, or making or grinding down the progress of the Sacco? What is your contribution? That is the question we need to ask ourselves. That is the question that's linger everyone. Everyone, if you want to make any contribution, participation, anything to do with the Sacco, that line should come to your mind. Is it for the betterment of the Sacco, or is it making the Sacco move backwards or stall the movement of the Sacco? So then, having said that, allow me to walk through the journey now in numbers. 5 years ago, Kenasa was a small growing Sacco with modest resources. Today, we are a strong and steadily expanding financial cooperative. From the two tables below, it is feasible that our growth has been outstanding for the last 5 years. So this table 1, you can see in terms of income, expenses, dividends, and there are 2 columns there for expenses. So the first one is, it includes the dividends. That is column number 3, reported expenses. That includes, that second, this column here. This includes the dividends here. The dividends plus these expenses, that column. And then we have the column for the surplus. So as you can see from this table, we started with dividends of 310,000. Today, if members present here can approve, we have 7 million for us to share. A copy? Okay, now I've said we started with how much? 310,000. Today we have 7 million for us to share. So now ask, for that contribution, what is your contribution to the 7 million? And now looking forward, what is your contribution to make sure that next time when we meet here, we don't share 7 million or below, we share 7 million and above. So we have a duty to guard this Sacco jealously. We have a duty to make sure that we meet all our obligations so that in the next 3 years, we have enough asset base to go and get governed by SASRA. So this is about income and expenditure for the last 5 years. The next table shows in terms of assets. And before I go to the assets, I need to mention that we have printed certificates for the founder members. Those 30 members that met in April 2019 contributed 500 shillings, some 1,000, without feeling that the money is getting lost or what, but they just gave out money to start us the journey. We will give them a certificate. You go and keep this certificate because I'm sure in the next 3-5 years, this Sacco will make waves in the market and you will be proud to say, I was part of the team that started this movement. Yeah, tuwapigie makofi mazuri wale. Yeah, those makofi kwa the founding members. So the next table is about, and now up to today, we have, if we approve the 7 million today, we will have shared amongst ourselves 14.9 million since we started. So the table next is about total assets and deposits, and you can see the growth. When in 2021, the member deposits were 3.9 million. Today, we have 43.4 million in terms of deposits. In terms of total assets, in 2021, we had 4.5 million. We closed the year with 58 million. And in terms of share capital, 2021 we closed with 163,000. We closed the year with 5.1 million. That's remarkable. And I must say that the strength of the Sacco lies in share capital. The bigger the capital base, the stronger the Sacco. So then below is the next one is a graph. You can see in terms of expenses, income, and the income for 2021 was 490,000. We closed the year with 11 million in terms of income. Makofi. Now, over the last 5 years, Kenasa Sacco has experienced remarkable growth, with total income increasing more than 20-fold and the total asset expanding from 4.5 million to 58 million in that period. Member deposit and share capital have also grown significantly, reflecting stronger member confidence. The society generated an operating surplus of 8.3 million. That was the net income in 2025, demonstrating improved efficiency and sustainable performance. The board remains confident that the Sacco's financial stability and future growth prospects. So allow me to turn to the attention of key highlights for the year that just ended. On member deposits, monthly member deposits exhibited steady growth throughout the year, rising from 986 million in January to a peak of 1.4 million in November. Total deposits increased consistently quarter on quarter, reflecting strengthened member confidence and improved saving mobilization. The strong liquidity position enhances the Sacco capacity to lend and generate sustainable returns for members. A total of 12.43 million member deposits was collected during the year, set to close at 43.4 million. Makofi kwenu for a good job. We were able to collect 12 million, not from anyone, but from you members, the year that ended in 2025. So the table next there is shows how deposit collection has steadily improved from Q1 until Q4 of 2025. There's a small table here. I'll go to next item, which is loan disbursements. As demonstrated in the table below, there has been a steady growth in our loan book. For the past 1 year, a total of 93.5 million was disbursed during the year, out of which 77.9 million was collected, leaving a net closing loan book of 43.8 million. That represents 55% loan book increment. So if you compare the year 2024 and the year 2025, our loan book grew by 55%. Makofi. Because if it's not for you taking these loans, we couldn't have increased the loan book, isn't it? Now, on loan products review, there's a member who raised this. During the year, members have expressed varied reactions towards the interest calculation method employed by the Sacco. In view of this, the following adjustments have been made effective 1st March. Number 1, all top-ups will be allowed after 6 months of loan repayments. That's a normal loan, after which all the outstanding interest shall be waived. This also applies to loan buy-offs. Loan buy-offs means if you have a loan for a Kenasa loan and you want to buy it in cash and you have paid for at least 6 months, we will not charge you additional interest. If the mentioned requests are done before the lapse of 6 months, interest shall be recovered equivalent for the same period. Loan adjustment with deposits shall only be allowed if the member has paid equivalent of 50% of interest. This is to act as a deterrent to the procedure since it affects the liquidity of the Sacco. I'll explain this. Someone wants to adjust the loan with savings. What that does is it limits our liquidity. Instead of you giving, because this money is with members, isn't it? We collect loans and savings, then we lend to members. But now you want to reduce your savings, and it rarely happens. We will have to collect, or you will have to pay at least 50% of the interest for that period. So if you have paid 50% of the interest, then we can adjust without charging you additional interest. Then straight line will be adopted as a means of interest calculation. Number 4, maximum loan limit has been increased from the current 1 million to 1.5 million to all members who have been saving consistently for the last, it should be 3 years, not 5. Sorry for that mix, it should be 3 years. If you have been a member of the Sacco for the last 3 years, you can take a loan of up to 1.5 million. Of course, this will be reviewed. It can be reviewed during the year or in the next AGM, whatever as the demands may be. All other products remain unchanged. So member recruitment or growth. The just concluded financial year witnessed yet another magnificent growth in terms of membership. We were able to recruit more than 245 members. We closed with a total active membership of 829 members, while 51 members were dormant. The Sacco has got a total of 149 inactive members. These are members who joined the Sacco and left. The active members increased from 642 in the previous financial year, representing a 32% increment. So 642 to 829, 32%. I want to thank all members for continuing being good ambassadors of the Sacco. Indeed, we are stronger together. Are we? Yes. We say we are stronger together? We are stronger together. Huko nyuma. We are strong together? We are stronger together. Very good. So comparison, this is the performance comparison between the financial year 2024 and 2025. A comparison of audited financial results of 2024, and this will be confirmed by our auditor who is online. And the 2025 shows strong growth across all key indicators. Total income increased by 68% to 11.36 million, while total assets grew to 58.3 million, as I said earlier, and member deposits rose by 40% to 43.4 million. Share capital strengthened significantly by 129%, enhancing the society's capital adequacy and financial resilience. These results demonstrate improved operational efficiency and sustained member confidence in the Sacco. To put this into perspective, please see the income statement and balance sheet analysis in the table below. So this is the income statement comparison in 2024 and 2025. 2024 income was 6.7 million total income, what we add, and we closed the year of 2025 with 11.3 million, an increment of 4.6 million. That is a 68% increment. Earlier is 7 million. That's an increment of 2.8 million, representing 67%. Makofi kwenu. Operating expenses, 2.1 million 2024, 3 million 2025, and that's a percentage change of 884,000, representing 41%. Then balance sheet analysis. Total assets 2024 39.5 million, 2025 58.3 million. That's a significant change of 18.8 million, 48% increment. Member deposits 30.9 million, and we closed the year with the 43.4 million, an increment of 12.4 million, that is 40%. Share capital 2.2 million. We closed with 5.1 million, an increment of 2.9 million. That is a percentage change of 129%. Total liabilities 38 million. We now have 49 million, a change of 10 million. That is 28%. So now let's go to the comparison of key financial ratios. Asset growth, and of course we have looked around the established best practice standards. So in terms of asset growth, we should grow between 15 and 25%. But in 2024, we grew by 54%. 2025, we grew by 48%. Deposit growth, we should be growing with a benchmark of at least 20% and above. But in 2025, we grew double that. That is 40%. Deposits against assets. This is very important because you are not supposed to have, your deposits must be as higher, close to your assets. The benchmark is 70%, 2025 is 74%, and 2024 was 78%. Operating expenses, this is expenses against the income. 2024 was 32%. 2025 we have even gone better. It's at 27%, and the benchmark is 40%. All the years we are still below the benchmark, so that means we are doing well. Surplus is 5.6%. 2025 was 11.4%. The benchmark is between 8 and 12%. Return on assets, the benchmark is between 1 and 3%. We are at 2.2%. Capital ratio, more than 8%. 2025, 8.8%. But I'm sure with the more, if we expect to collect another increment of, if we increase our deposits by 40%, then we may not meet the 8%. So we will have to pass a resolution to also increase our capital share, so that, because also these are a regulatory requirement that at least you must have 8%. Key financial ratios, that's a description of what we have seen. I'll go straight to F. Fellow members, as you may be aware, the management recruited an office administrator with us today because of she has a serious issue, a personal issue she was attending to, so she was not able to attend. At the end of the second quarter of 2025, to strengthen our operational efficiency, since joining, she has played an important role in supporting the Sacco's day-to-day administrative functions and enhancing delivery to members. I sincerely thank you for the warm welcome which you have extended to her, and encourage all members to continue offering their cooperation and support as we work together to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of our Sacco. So statutory compliance. As the Sacco continues to grow and expand its operations, it's essential that we maintain full compliance with all applicable laws and regulatory requirements of the country. In this regard, the board engaged an independent tax consultant to conduct a comprehensive tax health check to assess our level of compliance and identify the areas that required improvement, so that we're able to compare before we make the final decision on the way forward. And I'm sure this issue will be discussed in the supervisory report amongst their findings. Appreciation and rewards. The management committee continues to uphold an already established tradition of rewards to members who are performing exemplary well. The following are the categories to be appreciated for the financial year 2025. The best saver overall, the best recruiter, and the best and the board member of the year. The treasurer. Have I left anything else? Yes, thank you. But I mentioned earlier, and we also recognize the founder members, those who had this idea, those who are part of the team that formed the Kenasa Sacco. I'll go to CSR activities. The board and members of Kenasa Sacco recently came together. This was on 12th December last year in Nakuru for a corporate social responsibility activity, where we visited the Florix of Hope Rescue Center and donated food items under the essential and love extended by the Kenasa Sacco. Let us continue to uplift and touch lives within our community, remembering that even the little we share can make a great impact. In fact, that day they didn't have electricity, and they had kids of 6 months old kids, and but they could not afford electricity of 500 shillings. So for this, I want to thank you very much, and I'm sure you contributed above the budget. Members also contributed, so that we were able to at least give them in a better condition before better than what we found. So for that, I want to give you a clap. Let's clap for ourselves. Yeah, don't tire to help, even if it means little. Even those who paid 50 shillings, they didn't have 50 bob ya kununua sukuma. You can imagine. So if you pay your 100 shillings, 200, 500 shillings towards such a noble cause, I think it's a good thing to do. Capital shares to deposit ratio, as I had mentioned earlier, as we continue to grow, and you can see the growth and the trajectory of this Sacco is really high. In fact, I was getting information from Esther here that Kenasa Sacco is the fastest growing Sacco in Westland Sub-County. Yeah? Yes. So you can imagine we are the fastest growing Sacco amongst the big ones around here. So as we continue to grow, we will need to increase the capital shares to match the expanded growth in terms of deposit contribution in the next financial year, which is this year. This being a compliance issue, I propose to increase the current minimum share capital from 6,000 to 8,000. Members of the board will be required to have a minimum share capital of 20,000. These are people who are leading the Sacco, isn't it? Hey, why should I have 80,000 as capital, as minimum capital? Isn't it? Or it should be 30. We'll discuss that. But I'm proposing 20,000 for every member of the board. Further, to actualize this, I propose that the members be given until 30th April 2026 to regularize the same. Budget versus actual performance. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased not only met its financial plans, but also outperformed them. We earned more, spent wisely, and generated stronger returns for the benefit of our Sacco, our members. The board remains committed to sustaining this momentum through prudent planning, sound governance, and responsible management of members' funds. Below is the summary of the performance. So you can see the total income. Blue is the budget. We budgeted 9 million as total income, but we were able to get to 11.3 million. We expected our operational expenses to go to 4.1 million, but we capped them at 3.06 million. The surplus, we expected to make a net income of 5.7 million, but we ended up making even higher at 8.3 million. So fellow members, as I conclude, I am pleased to report that Kenasa Sacco continues to register a steady growth, improved income, stronger deposits, enhanced efficiency, and a solid capital base. These achievements reflect our trust and board's commitment to prudent and responsible leadership. As your chairman, I remain fully committed to urge all the stakeholders to respect the Sacco's governance structures and work together in safeguarding our shared space. Together, we will continue building a stronger, compliant, and sustainable Sacco. For our focus, remain firmly on what I have presented to you as your chairman. If you need clarifications and if you want to add something or ask a question or two before we can move on to the next agenda. So before this, I will ask that we adopt the chairman's report, and the usual way of doing it is someone to propose that the chairman's report is okay, and someone to second also. So I need a proposer, someone to propose. Ernest Lugalia, seconded by Bernard Kinyanjui. That's the voice of Bernard Kinyanjui because I know the voice. Who else knows the voice? Were you able to identify that? Yes, I will give him a chance to speak to you. So now, reactions. Someone to pass with the mic. Ernest, you have something to... Yeah, Ernest has something to say.
Okay, we have somebody online. So as you pass the mic to Ernest, you can have somebody speak. Valentine.
Hello, everyone. My name is Valentine, and from the chairman's report, I see as how we are doing very well, and I would like to commend the management for the good work. And my most point is that we've been able to reduce our expenditure, and it is doing very, very well. So I can see that from the chairman's report, this means that from next year we'll be told there and that is the, and what the founders of this circle, as one of the founders of this circle, this is what we wanted, and we want even more than this. And I can only say that sky is the limit.
So you've heard, my name is Ernest. I want to thank the team for the good work. We are happy for what we got from the chairman. Now, my concern is I've heard from the section where we are talking about the loan products review. And section 3, it says straight line will be adopted as a means of interest calculation. Now, my question is, does this mean that we are doing away with the reducing balance?
We are able to earn something. If we are only collecting maybe 6 months of interest, it means that at least if we go the reducing way, I don't know the reactions of the members, because when that income comes, it also comes to using it. So we can also agree to adopt a straight line or the reducing balance. So that is also open for discussion. Someone else? Someone else?
So,
yes, it's Quech.
Let me react with one issue also. I've seen in the chairman's report that we have a maximum loan limit review of 1.5 million. Sindio? But our issue here is that rule. Kama mnasema nini? Tunataka loan chairman, lakini sasa kuna mambo. So my opinion is that how can we ensure also the members can take this loan, their savings. Let's say somebody has saved enough, but now that rule does not guarantee
this maximum or higher loan limit. So how can the member benefit from this amount? So we may consider seeing another option also of benefiting the members. As we adjust the loan limit, there's also other options. Thank you.
Thank you, Bwana Koech. I think I must have missed that. The repayment period is now 60 months. For those who are going to 1.5 million, we will stretch the repayment period to 60 months. That's 5 years. The current period is 48, isn't it? So for this group, we will stretch their repayment period to, so that we accommodate their concerns. Has that been answered, Bwana?
Yeah, I think it has been answered. And 60 months ni kama miaka ngapi? Miaka 5. Sasa zimutuzie ile ya Stanbic na hiyo ingine. Ama namna gani? So I think, Chairman, you can buy them. They can be our members. Ndio wasi struggle tena. Ile pesa ingine wanalipa huko wanakatwa yende huko. Yote ikuja hapa. Si ndio? Kama mnasema aje? Thank you.
Bernard, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Secretary. Our SCCO and the auditor, together with the board members and all the distinguished members, I salute you this morning. Allow me to react to a few things that the chairman has mentioned. First is to commend him for the good work that he's doing together with the board, doubling the portfolio and doubling the amount that is available for distribution this year is something that is not an easy task. And therefore, I wanted to most heartily congratulate them for the good work that they have done. I know it has cost a lot of sacrifice, considering that the mother company does not allow some officials to trade during the working hours, and therefore they do most of this work at night, which is a lot of sacrifice. That is something that is worth noting. Secondly, Mr. Chairman, I know you have touched on the issue of recruitment, and there is a good trend that we have seen 245 members representing about a 2% increase joined the Sacco. I address this group and welcome them because it's only through growth that we can project the Sacco to where it is designed to be. But Mr. Chairman, there is another statistic that is important to us, and this is the statistic of the leavers, those who are becoming dormant or inactive, and they are leaving the Sacco. That statistic is also very important because if we allow the Sacco member to exit, particularly after leaving the mother company, this will definitely be. Why do I say this? Each and every person who is seated here as a member of this Sacco and is currently a member of the mother company, representing about 87% of the population, will at one day leave. And I wanted to say this with a lot of confidence because I worked in the company as a HR for 6 years. I left. I know the founding CEO, Mr. Mishu Mahamud, who had worked in the company for close to 40 years. He left. A former CEO, Mr. AKM Sazad Hussein, he left the company. Each and every person who is working, it's not an issue of whether they will leave, but when they will leave. So nobody should think that they are going to be in the mother company forever. But does this seal the fate of the Sacco? And the answer to that question is no, because the Sacco was born out of pain, out of struggle, out of serious need. What was the need then? We had loan officers who are very green, and 11,000, and this was not named in the company. Each and every person who is in the Sacco now and is a member of the, and we welcome them with both hands so that they join the Sacco. But they should know that there are people who have sacrificed for long. Let me, Mr. Chairman, take 1 minute to highlight the journey of formation. When we wanted to join the Sacco, forming a WhatsApp group in the organization was outlawed. It was called grouping. And we were not even allowed to meet within the premises of the mother company. We had to go to TransUnion Plaza, somewhere in town, at night, and the meeting started at 8 p.m. because I convened that meeting, and I am the one who paid for the rent to sit in that premises, about 3,000. And we were only given 1 hour to sit in that place. 30 of us met there, and this is how the Sacco was born. Out of that 30 people who attended, some were too afraid to commit their 1,000 because they feared reprisal from the members. So now, considering the strides that we have a company, even of 10,000, because the mother company does not look at that as their portfolio. And therefore, was it wrong for us to create a Sacco where these home officers, these employees, these staff could go and borrow their money? I think this is the best thing that ever happened to us. So as I address the people who are leaving or those who are becoming inactive, or those who feel too scared today that they will leave because someone wants to hijack the vision of the Sacco, I would want to ask you, please remain put. I know there are those who are saying after the dividends being declared, I want to withdraw. I want to beg you. I want to beseech you. Please stay together. Together, stronger, we are united, we shall not be defeated. The people who are united cannot be defeated. And this is where we wanted to take our Sacco. Let me give you another reason as to why you may want to smile. Since the first year that we formed the Sacco, and this was also highlighted by the former Abu County cooperative officer, we have been making profit. We have been operating with interest and dividend distribution to members. Even the mother company did not make profit on the first year. Possibly even up to the 5th, up to the 6th year, they did not make profit. So don't be scared when someone who has been operating outside, who did not know the journey at the foundation, feels too interested possibly to come and usurp the vision of the Sacco. It is important for us to remain united and get focused that the Sacco was formed purely for the empowerment of the people who could not be considered for loan in banks, for loan in the mother company, for loan in other microfinance. The interest that we are giving is very modest. And another reason for us to smile is that even if you went and borrowed 1 million in a different organization, the interest that you pay there will not be divided back to you. It is only in this Sacco that we are getting back the interest that you pay as dividends, as interest rebates, for us to be able to make the strides. As I conclude, I look forward to the future with a lot of hope. I look forward to a future that is much brighter than what we have today. We have continued to enjoy the support of the mother company under the good leadership of Mr. Habib, Hassan Habib. I know the management also been in continuing to do the deduction and facilitate the release of that cash to the organization. Please, I would want to beg the management, and this I said the chairman to communicate this. We appreciate the strides that have been made so far through the cooperation, through the collaboration of the mother company and the employees. If the employees are not empowered and they feel that they are pressured, they are dealing with the money that belongs to the mother company. I do not want to highlight some trend that was there possibly several years ago, where people would feel too cornered to the point that someone sleeps hungry and says that tomorrow I will not sleep hungry with the money that I am distributing to other people. This 50 million portfolio, that we have, the portfolio that is currently being held and distributed by the Sacco amongst the employees, if it is withdrawn through the downfall of the Sacco, where will that money be coming from? So I wanted to send you, together with the management, the board, to go and talk to the management in a very clean heart, in an appreciation tone, that we have enjoyed the trade that we have been getting. But let them also appreciate the independence of the Sacco. The Sacco is not a merry-go-round. When we were beginning, there were many people who hoped that they would fall, but they did not. So when we have now nearly touched 100 million in disbursement, someone looks at it and sees that there has been a double-digit growth, and they feel that possibly in the next 2 or 3 years, the portfolio will be nearing 200, 300, 400 million. Let nobody be scared, because at the moment the Sacco is not recruiting any of the current mother company clients. It's only focusing on employees, leavers, and other interested persons who could be family members and friends of the Sacco members. With those many remarks, Mr. Chairman, I again want to commend you and congratulate you, and also appreciate the support that we have gotten from the sub-county cooperative officer together with the government, because they have been very gracious to us. We have not gotten a situation when we held a meeting without a representative from the cooperative movement. So thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Remain very strong. Don't be intimidated. Don't be sold fear. Seriously. Thank you.
One from online, one from here. We move then.
Fred, you can unmute yourself. Fred, you raise your hand. Okay, you can proceed.
Good afternoon. Mine is to add on Koech's mini reaction. Talking about SS here, that you've increased the loan paying period. Even as when we look at our salary, the third rule affects us more. We are also contributors of the Sacco in one way or another. So you find one person she has a limit of taking a loan of 400,000. But when you come to the third rule or the payment of SS in ASA, it limits some members most. So my question is, how are you going to tackle this issue? Because SS are there, they are growing their savings. They need something to grow themselves too. What are you going to put in to assist us? Hiyo ni one of the agenda. The another part is to react on CSR. CSR, I urge you, maybe this year it will be there again. So I will urge you to be telling us a week earlier that tomorrow or Saturday we will be visiting this and this. Yes, you do that, but when it comes to contribution, you will tell us tomorrow we are going to visit this earlier, so that even someone can plan to give more than 100 shillings. Lastly, it's about the new recruitment members from ASA company. Which criteria are you using? Some of us might have members to join, but we fear maybe you want employed people who have pay slips. And some of us has friends that are, I can say, self-employed. They do business, they can save, they can grow. So according to that, which criteria are you using kwa hiyo ya new recruitment of members outside us? Thank you. Olivia.
Naweza ongea? Okay, good afternoon. In the same line with what Mr. and within the minutes, Mr. Chair, you transferred instrument of power to a vice chair. And with this statement here that you've just shared, you are still the chair. So I don't know whether you have withdrawn the instrument back to you, or they are still with the vice chair, because we need to know where we are leading to. Then we need to know that these are the Sacco, or this is the Sacco. If anyone wants to hijack or come into the Sacco through a coup, that is dangerous, very dangerous for even ourselves. So we want to reaffirm that you are still the chair, you are serving your term to the end, and if we like ama tukiona ni vizuri, we will re-elect you if you vie, so that you proceed with what you started. It is only those who started something must be assured that you still have the instrument of power and you are leading the Sacco. So you need to respond to that so that we know where we are heading to. Finally, mlificha white ya kwamba pesa ilishikiliwa mahali. Next time don't do that. That is our salary. Once it is paid on 25th or 27th, it is now our money. It will be released with immediate effect to where it will be going. Kama ni COP, yende COP, kama ni start beginning start. This money are in millions. 829 members wakitoa pesa, ukiongeza ni shares, at least ni 1,000. Piga na tuna 1,000 ya hiyo pesa inakatwa out of 829. Then ongeza hizo za loan. It is much money, and a shilling today is not the same thing as tomorrow. So this will explain why they held that money, and if there is any interest, we should be given now as dividend. Kungoja time, nitaongea baadaye tena.
Okay. Let me talk a bit. I have a concern in relation to what he was talking about. There was also a point written about the positions of those who are applying for the seats. What about if I'm not qualified in that position and I decide today I will deposit the 30,000 share capital? No, I'm talking about the minutes that were shared in the group, the WhatsApp group. There was a point that was saying there is a position in ASA, the mother company, that you must meet that position for you to qualify in these interviews, that the campaigns that they are being done. I'm not qualified in that position, but I can wake up and decide to deposit my share capital to the Kenasa Sacco. I decide today have share capital of 30,000. and maybe 150 or 200,000 savings. And those have already met the qualification of Kenasa to vie for any seat. Is there any limitation between the two? Are we affected in any way?
Scholastica, yeah, that's one. This is Scholastica. Na catch. So I'll start the welfare of that group. These days are here in Sacco. So I think you are catered for. If you know that you have attained, you have the ability to pay